We're looking at two top tier blockchain networks with huge differences, Ethereum and Solana, but which one is better? In 2025, Solana delivers raw speed while Ethereum compensates it with unmatched security. There's a lot that might make it a confusing pick between the two, so let's simplify that. I'm Brett at CryptoGX, and I will be diving into the epic battle between Solana versus Ethereum. By the end of this video, you'll know which blockchain is the clear winner and is able to start the wave and become the future of the decentralized world. So let's just dive into some differences. One of the major benchmarks of any blockchain is its scalability, how many transactions a blockchain can handle per second. Scalability is a big deal because it determines how fast and efficiently a blockchain can be for real-world applications like DeFi or NFTs. Picture Solana as Usain Bolt when it comes to the blockchains and their speed. Solana can process up to 4,000 transactions per second right now, and theoretically it could hit 65,000 transactions per second. This is lightning fast, making it perfect for things like high-frequency trading or gaming decentralized applications or dApps. Now compare that to Ethereum's base layer, which is more like a steady marathon runner, handling 15 to 30 transactions per second. Now with this, obviously, you might think that the debate is over, right? Well, Solana wins with clear distinction in the transactions per second. But here's the twist. Ethereum's got these awesome things called layer 2 solutions. Layer 2 solutions like Arbitrum and Optimisms can boost its speed to thousands of transactions per second. So while Solana's got the raw speed, Ethereum's catching up with some smart engineering. Now let's talk about how quickly these networks can confirm transactions, because speed isn't just about transactions per second, it's also about how fast your transaction gets locked in. Now Solana's block time is a very quick 0.44 seconds, meaning your transactions are confirmed almost instantly. Now Ethereum, on the other hand, takes about 12 seconds per block, which might sound slow, but it is a deliberate choice to prioritize security. Ethereum's been around for about 10 years, since 2015, and it has a massive network of over 800,000 validators. This makes it one of the most secure and decentralized blockchains out there. The staked Ethereum supply has reached an all-time high of about 29%, which further secures the network. Now Solana has around 2,000 validators. This requires some pretty high-end hardware to run a node, or aka to be a validator, which has sparked some concerns about centralization, meaning there's not enough separate nodes and separate entities running the entire network, making it seem like it might not entirely be decentralized. Now before I move on, I need to teach you about something very critical. Every blockchain runs into an inherited limitation called the trilemma. An ideal blockchain should have three things: scalability, decentralization, and security. But the problem is that you can't have top-tier security, massive scalability, and full decentralization all at once. You pick two and then accept the trade-offs on the third. This matters because decentralization, which is the number and geographic spread of validators, protects you from censorship and single-point failures, meaning the system can't fail at a single point. Just like, for example, if Facebook has all of its servers in one central location and is operated entirely by Facebook, the power out goes out right there. That's your single point failure. Now Ethereum leans hard into that side. As I said before, with over 800,000 validators around the globe, finalizing blocks every 12 seconds, you get a fortress of decentralization guarding your assets with maximum security. However, you sacrifice speed for that. You save yourself from massively expensive attacks and ensure the network can't be taken over by a small group of nodes or validators. Solana takes a different route. By requiring validators to run high-end hardware, it keeps the node counts around 2,000 and achieves block times under half a second. You gain very, very fast speed and 4-digit transactions per second, but you give up some of that distributed trust. Fewer nodes means more risk that one single bad actor or a hardware outage could slow or censor traffic. And Solana is known for network outages, at least at this point. Solana went offline in February of 2024, and then as you can see here, it went out again in November of 2024. So here's your core question. Would you rather prefer a network built as a fortress of decentralization and security, or prefer a high-performance chain that trades some node diversity for high speed? Well, I'll leave that question up to you. Now, Solana's weekly transaction count is sitting at about 757 million, which is a 6.5% jump from the previous week. Now, over on Ethereum, it's just under 10 million, which is down 4.3%. That tells you where the action really lives if you care about sheer sheer volume. Solana's millions of users are minting, swapping, and gaming nonstop. The massive amount of activity on the Solana network is mainly due to the insane number of meme tokens, but Ethereum's base layer traffic is more about mature projects. The same goes with the weekly active addresses. Solana has 18.4 million on-chain participants, which is up over 10%. And you can see to contrast that Ethereum has 2.19 million, which slipped nearly 8%. If the network growth equates to opportunity, Solana is winning very clearly with its market penetration. But don't let that fool you, because activity alone is not the entire story. The real value can be shown in the invested amount on decentralized exchanges, or total value locked. You can check the total value locked numbers on defilama.com/chains. You can see that Ethereum is the number one and Solana is the number two, but you can filter this by all sorts of different aspects. I would definitely check out the DeFi TVL right here and filter by that. And you can see obviously Ethereum has 77.65 billion and Solana has 9.659 billion. This gigantic gap tells you which chain is handling the big money. If you're building a protocol chasing deep liquidity and institutional backers, Ethereum remains to be the go-to fortress. Now you might be thinking this could be because of the big whales on the network and not be because of the projects being launched on the blockchain. Now let's find out with a development activity chart. You can take a look at this chart right here and see the red lines for Ethereum and the purple lines for Solana. Ethereum's developer contributions are back above 85 on the latest scale, while Solana ranges near closer to about 73. This means that more eyes and more hands and more innovation is happening under Ethereum at the moment. Solana's community is active, but Ethereum's long-standing developer ecosystem still leads in code, commitments, and updates. So what does all of this mean for you? If you're after raw user engagement, viral projects, and low-cost interactions, Solana's massive transaction volume and booming address count scream to be the winner. But if you need deep liquidity, proven security, and a vast pool of developer talent ready to build your next idea, Ethereum's TVL and developer activity are kind of hard to ignore. It really depends on your priority: explosive user numbers or rock-solid financial foundations. Personally, I would lean toward the chain that matches my project's needs, whether that's Solana's high-speed playground or Ethereum's robust financial engine. But since I'm not a developer and more of an investor, I would rather look at different numbers. Market cap shows how much money people have invested in a network. Ethereum ranks second among all cryptocurrencies with a market cap of about $409 billion. While if you scroll down, you can see Solana ranked number 6 with a market cap of about almost $94 billion. Now this gap tells you a lot. If Solana's ever matched Ethereum's valuation, Solana would trade at about $670, which is over 4 times today's price. If you flip that around and Ethereum fell to Solana's size, Ethereum would trade around $700. Over the past year, Solana has surged more than 210% compared with Ethereum to roughly 40% gain. Solana's coin price appreciated more in the same period compared to the price of Ethereum. In this period of time, Ethereum could not beat their all-time high of 2021, while Solana did beat its all-time high during this current bull run. But now let's talk about liquidity. This is another important aspect for investors. And essentially, liquidity means price stability against manipulation. With a 2% price band, Ethereum offers about $974 million in deep bids and asks, while Solana provides around $339 million. Deeper liquidity on Ethereum lets you execute large trades without moving the market quite as much, without affecting the price as much. Since Solana has a thinner book, larger orders can fuel very explosive rallies and really sharp pullbacks. Another aspect that's really important to traders is the activity and availability of the particular coin. Ethereum is live on more than 3,300 markets and has over 819,000 active holders. Solana is available on 100 markets, but it has more than 5.3 million holders, thanks to the meme coin frenzy. So if you are a risk-averse investor who only wants steady growth in a deep liquid market, Ethereum is for you. On the other hand, if you want a high-risk exposure for increased gains, go for Solana. I personally split my exposure through diversification, staking Ethereum for stability and holding Solana for upside. So in this way, I capture the best of both worlds. Based on this, which blockchain of these do you think is future-proof? Let me know in the comments what you think about Ethereum and Solana and which one you're going to hold more or less of. The market is slowly turning into altcoin season, so if you're ready to ride that wave and get into some crypto here, I put links to Coinbase and Crypto.com cryptogx.com, where you'll get at least $50 in crypto just for signing up with those links. And if you want to get into meme coins, I left a link to MoonShot where you can claim some free meme coins just for signing up. If you learned something new or just enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and hit subscribe if you want to stay tuned for all things crypto. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.